My name is Lien. I live in Belgium. I have two kids. The eldest is 13. She is now being diagnosed for what they think is autism. And my youngest is 11. And he is diagnosed at the age of 6. I think we're in lockdown now for 9 weeks. I think, I guess. We are opened up since the 4th of May that we could go outside and that we could go to one other family. The 11th, they reopened the stores. We still even can go to the beach, even though it's only 30 minutes away for us. And I say we are the lucky ones because tomorrow school restarts 2 days a week, but for Leander, not for my daughter. My daughter, she still has to stay at home, and we don't have any insurance that she will be returning to school before the 1st of September. I was quite happy because Leander is in a special needs school. At the points of therapy, we were quite unlucky because I had to wait 6 years to start therapy. And the therapy started the 21st of January. And we only have therapy for 2 years. After 2 years, it stops automatically. You can't take anything else after that. That's what I know. The things that changed made Leander regress. Leander also is very social. He wants to go to everyone. That's the part that my kids miss the most, is the social activities. So normally they have soccer, and normally they have scouts, and now they have nothing. So they are bundles of stress and energy, way too much energy. He has a very, very much interaction with his sister, and now it's battling. It's explosion after explosion after explosion, and I'm glad the moment that I'm passing a day with only an explosion for 30 minutes. If I have that, I'm thrilled.
February 2021, we were nearing the Italian situation where people were dying in the field. We never got at that point, but it was quite close. And while we were on lockdown, we had the second diagnosis for Jitse. They then came up with the fact that she had autism as well and ADHD. It only took them 13 years to realize that. So we had to deal with that in the same time as all the rest. Me and my husband went back to work quite fast because we work in constructions. And somehow the government realized that if we weren't doing any constructions, then the Pfizer lab and the other laboratories who are making the vaccines weren't able to make the vaccines because they didn't have enough space. So they needed us to start working again just to make sure that the factories for the vaccines were being built as fast as possible. They never realized that to get us to work, that we needed someone to take care of our kids during the whole thing, and we weren't able to see anyone at all until the beginning of August. Then they finally said that we could go back and see one other household, nothing more, one other household. So we had to make a choice in between my parents and my parents-in-law. We decided for the best that it were my parents-in-law. And I have seen my dad back for the first time after March 2020, in March 2021, and only because my grandmother died. And she died of COVID, so no messing with that. We knew why we were taking care, that we followed every single rule that they had over here. Still, we were infected by COVID ourselves in December 2020, and we were quite sick for a month. And it was my son who brought it home from school. It wasn't me nor my husband. It sucks that it happens to you when you follow every single rule, but we were worried the most about Leander getting sick of COVID because we know he's a high-risk patient. and in fact, Leander got through it quite well. He was up and functioning again after a week. My daughter was up and functioning again after a week and a half. My husband and me, we lasted for a month. We were quite lucky that we had neighbors running errands for us, that we had one store, because in Belgium we don't have Amazon food. We don't have bring at home food. That's not usual. We don't know that over here. So we were really lucky that we found one store that was willing to bring us food to the doorstep. The whole COVID time is quite insane. But on the other hand, it's the best thing that ever happened to us. My daughter is saying in the back, I'm crazy, but we had to slow down. We discovered new things in our kids. We discovered that Leander had a really talent for cooking. So he started cooking. He didn't do a single thing from his homework or his school that he had to do, but he did a hell of a job with cooking. He made the most amazing dishes that we could eat. We didn't have to be scared of being temporarily unemployed because we were paid by the government. We never had to pay anything for our health as such. The government even paid the mortgages for a lot of people. Well, everyone who owns a house in Belgium. The mortgage was being paid for 6 months. They paid our electricity bills for a whole year. So yeah, we do pay a lot of taxes, but we get a hell of a lot in return.